Medusa, the tragic tale of a mythical monster. Imagine a creature with serpents writhing in place of hair and a gaze so powerful it could turn you into stone. This is Medusa, one of the most enigmatic and misunderstood figures in Greek mythology. Her tale is one of beauty turned to horror, power granted through pain, and a legacy that has resonated through the centuries. Medusa's life began as a mortal, a strikingly beautiful maiden whose looks captured the admiration and envy of everyone around her. She wasn't born monstrous like her Gorgon sisters, Stheno and Euryale, but was instead celebrated for her mortal charm. From her early days, Medusa dedicated herself to the service of Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war. She became a priestess in Athena's temple, vowing to remain pure and devoted. Her radiance only amplified her role, attracting countless admirers. Little did Medusa know that her beauty, which had brought her reverence, would soon be the source of her downfall. Medusa's life took a tragic turn when she caught the unwanted attention of Poseidon, the god of the sea. Struck by her beauty, Poseidon desired her and, in an act of selfish cruelty, pursued Medusa within Athena's sacred temple. The ancient texts differ on Medusa's role in this encounter. Some portray her as a victim of Poseidon's selfish obsession, while others hint at complicity. Regardless, the act violated the sanctity of Athena's temple, and the goddess's wrath was quick. But instead of punishing Poseidon, Athena turned her fury upon Medusa. Infused with anger and divine vengeance, Athena cursed Medusa. Her vibrant hair turned into hissing serpents. Her once beautiful face morphed into a visage so horrifying it would turn anyone who looked at her into cold, lifeless stone. Medusa was cast out, doomed to live as an outcast, a monster feared by all. Banished from the world she once knew, Medusa retreated into solitude. She found refuge far from civilization, in a desolate lair surrounded by wilderness. Her serpentine hair and petrifying gaze made her existence one of isolation, as no human could look upon her and live to tell the tale. Medusa's transformation marked her as a true Gorgon, no longer mortal, but now a creature of immense power. People who dared seek her found only their own doom, turning into stone statues that littered her dwelling. Tales of her terror spread across the lands, cementing her image as a monster and not the victim of divine capriciousness. Yet even in this form, Medusa's story did not end. Her monstrous curse made her the target of mortals and heroes alike, all seeking glory by attempting to end her life. Among them was Perseus, her destined slayer. Medusa's death was set in motion by Polydectes, the ruler of the island of Seriphos. In order to rid himself of Perseus, Polydectes sent the young hero on an impossible mission: to retrieve Medusa's head, a task no one had ever survived. Before embarking on his perilous journey, Perseus received divine gifts from the gods to aid him. Athena provided a reflective bronze shield, critical for looking at Medusa indirectly. Lastly, Perseus carried an adamantine sword, a weapon sharp enough to slice through Medusa's monstrous form. Perseus approached Medusa's lair, where silence and stillness reigned, broken only by the eerie presence of stone figures, once brave souls who had dared to look into Medusa's eyes. It was a place haunted by death, underscoring the stakes of Perseus's mission. Using Athena's reflective shield as a mirror, Perseus navigated Medusa's lair without making direct eye contact. Guided by the glimmer in the shield and his own resolve, he found Medusa deep in slumber. With one swift stroke of his divine sword, he severed her head, ending Medusa's cursed existence. However, Medusa's story didn't end with her death. From her severed neck sprang Pegasus, the magnificent winged horse, and Chrysaor, a golden warrior, both born of her union with Poseidon long ago. Medusa's head, even in death, remained a powerful weapon. Perseus would later use it to turn foes into stone before gifting it to Athena, who mounted it on her shield as a symbol of protection and power. Medusa's story isn't merely a tale of heroism or horror. It reflects the complexities and injustices of ancient Greek mythology. On one level, Medusa is a victim. She suffered Poseidon's assault and bore Athena's punishment, both the result of powerful gods acting out their desires and conflicts. Her transformation into a monster can be seen as a metaphor for unjust blame often assigned to victims. On another level, Medusa's transformation gave her immense power. She was no longer just a victim. She became a force to be reckoned with, capable of defending herself in a world that had wronged her. Her petrifying gaze symbolizes the turning of vulnerability into weaponry, making her both monstrous and tragic. Medusa has since become a symbol of warning. In Greek mythology, she served as a reminder of divine justice, envy, and the dangers of hubris. To mortals and heroes, her existence demanded respect for the sacred and the boundaries of mortal ambition. Did you know that Medusa's image has been a recurring motif throughout art history? In ancient Greek culture, her severed head, known as the Gorgonean asterisk, was often used as a protective talisman on shields, armor, and even doorways to ward off evil. In later eras, Medusa's image underwent reinterpretation. During the Renaissance, artists like Caravaggio depicted her horrifying gaze in masterpieces, merging terror with beauty. In modern times, she has become a feminist icon, symbolizing resilience and defiance, reclaiming the narrative of her victimhood. Medusa also features in contemporary pop culture, from books and movies to comics and video games, where she is often portrayed as more nuanced, a tragic villain or a misunderstood figure. Medusa's story endures because it is more than just myth. It is a reflection of human fears, struggles, and resilience. She is both a victim of injustice and a creature of power, a symbol of tragedy and defiance. As we look at Medusa's tale, we are left to ponder, was she truly a monster? Or was she a mirror reflecting the flaws of those who wronged her? Her legacy proves that even in the face of cruelty, there is strength in transformation. So, the next time you hear her name, remember the woman behind the monster and the deeper truths her story reveals. Medusa's tale may be ancient, but her mystery, beauty, and tragedy continue to captivate us. Few myths have been as enduring or as haunting as hers.